Well, RCB did win the toss and put the Delhi Daredevils into bat. Now, Virat Kohli would have been thinking at the halfway stage that that decision was correct. Even up till the 15th over, he would have thought, all right, we've still got this sort of somewhere in control. But 61 runs coming in the last 5 overs. Big thanks, of course, to the young wild card that Delhi Daredevils threw in today, Abhishek Sharma, under-19 player, of course, for India. And there he was, got 46 of 19 balls, really a whirlwind innings from them, sort of knocked the wind out of the Royal Challengers' bowling effort. And the Delhi Daredevils then got to 181 for 4. Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, of course, Michael Vaughan and Harsha Bhogle. They'll take this, Delhi, won't they?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just still watching the youngster, 17 years. I was trying to think about what was I doing when I was 17 years of age playing cricket. I was probably playing for Yorkshire Seconds in front of 300 or 400 people maximum.
Yeah.
This kid strolls out there, 17 years of age, and just hits it to all parts. It's a backswing of all these young Indian batsmen that I look at. They've got big, high hands. They open the blade so it offers the offside on the onside, and they've got the power down the ground. So, yeah, that's the reason why they got to that very, very competitive total.
Yeah, and there was that catch. Siraj should have probably got that off Saudi. Made it hurt, insult to injury, salt on the wounds. It's the next 2 balls for sixes.
You too. And I'm thinking about what Michael said a little while back as I looked down that order. Rishabh Pant 61 of 34 balls, batch of 2016.
Yeah.
We tend to look at, we call it batch of, whatever, the under-19 World Cup that they played. Abhishek Sharma 46 of 19, batch of 2018.
Yeah.
Prithvi Shaw 2 of 4, well, he didn't score runs today, but he scored runs in the past, again, batch of 2018. It's amazing how quickly these young kids are coming, but even more than that, how unfazed they are by the situation.
Yeah.
I just wonder how much Rahul Dravid's having to do with that. You know, he's around these
quite a lot.
players, yeah.
Quite a lot. It's interesting that when I was doing the post-match presentation with Dinesh Karthik, and I asked him about Shubman Gill, who played that wonderful innings for KKR, he said sometimes when you win an under-19 World Cup, you can start to think, you know what, I'm somebody, because Dinesh Karthik is also part of a very good India under-19 World Cup team. He said, but a lot of these boys are very grounded. And he said in the presentation, I think that's what Rahul Dravid has done.
Wow.
He's producing grounded players.
Yeah.
Now, that's his point of view, but they certainly look quite ready.
Yeah, but I think one thing that Rahul is doing is extremely unfair, is that he's not letting them have the experience of 2 Junior World Cups. Right?
No.
He's saying just play 1.
we can't have them playing 2. We need to give some of the other teams a chance.
Also, he says if you played one under-19 World Cup and 2 years later you're still playing an under-19 World Cup, you've not progressed.
I think I think people have understood where I was indicating with that, and Rahul's put a stop to that as well. He's saying no staying 19 for 19 years. All right, you can't do that. Not on my watch. So that's fantastic. Rishabh Pant, when he gets
very
to 60,
subtly put.
Yeah, it was. It was so subtly put. I thought the team missed it completely.
Graham Swan played in an under-19 World Cup against Shoaib Malik. Around, so Swanee was around 17, 18.
Yeah.
And, Shoaib Malik was around 17, 18. A few years ago, we were on commentary, and I said, "Swanee, how old are you?" And he said, "Oh, I'm 39." I said, "Okay." I said, "Shoaib Malik's 31."
Yeah.
That's just what's happened there.
No, that's the problem. It's Swanee's problem. He's aging too quickly.
I think he gets 2 for every year. It's something not right in our system.
Something's going on. But of course, Shoaib Malik ages 1 in every 2 years. Shahid Afridi ages 1 in every 4. He was born on the 29th of February, wasn't he?
He's got to be 50 now.
It's going to be easy. It's a young 50, of course, Shahid Afridi. But talking about the RCB bowling, the death overs, the back 5, the back 4, that just continues to be a problem for them, doesn't it?
I mean, I was just waiting to see where you're headed when you said they won the toss, they put them in, they looked all right, they did well till the 15-over mark, but this has been RCB's problem throughout. I think a couple of times, because Siraj bowled well at the death in a couple of games, they did all right, but today he's been expensive again, 4 overs 46. One of the reasons they were struggling, they brought Southee back, but Southee's record at the back is also nowhere near as good as his record up front. When he's swinging whatever swing the white ball allows you.
Yeah.
So 4 overs 41, 4 overs 46. You see, they still have trouble. Umesh Yadav didn't bowl his 4 overs because his strike rate at the top is excellent. He concedes 15 and over in the death.
Yeah.
So they're still struggling with the death bowling.
Yeah, I know Virat's a brilliant fielder.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see him near the bowler.
Mid on,
I
mid
don't
off,
like
yeah.
seeing him at long off. All right, if everything's going well and your team's operating, like a well-oiled machine, we spoke about it earlier, great, you can feel wherever you want. His team isn't operating as a well-oiled machine at the minute. I think he's got to get closer to those bowlers in their ear, just saying, right, what we're doing. Because little subtle field changes at the back end can save you those ones and twos. You can put certain little angle changes in when you're just with the bowler that no one else knows about, apart from you, the bowler, and maybe one other fielder, or the wicket keeper. You might just signal something about a delivery that's going to come.
Yeah.
I think Virat can just stay a little bit closer to the bowlers at the back end.
Yeah, and he's never done that. That's what led me to asking you that question about the captain, because he's just never done that. He's always, it's long on, long off, AB and Virat, but
one of the things that happens when he plays for India, and I saw that a lot, India-South Africa this series. Virat is one of India's best fielders down at long on deep mid-wicket because he's just so quick. He's got lovely hands. Dhoni was controlling the play inside the circle.
Yeah.
And that allowed Virat Kohli, and he fielded magnificently in the deep. But he could do that because Dhoni was controlling the play inside the circle.
Yeah.
Now at RCB, I don't know if he's got someone to do that.
Yeah.
And obviously there's trust between Virat and Dhoni that allows Virat to go back up to long on. He's probably making the bowling changes, but Dhoni was always in the bowler's ear.
Yeah.
And if you remember, the stump mics were up.
Yeah.
And I remember saying in commentary, there's three commentators now, two of us here and one behind the wickets.
Yeah.
Because Dhoni was on all the time. So maybe here, he doesn't have somebody to do that. That's why he needs to field inside the circle.
I mean, in all formats of the game, the keeper is absolutely crucial, but there's got to be that trust element between the keeper and the captain to be able to say, all right, you kind of control the angles from behind the stumps because you've got the best view, and I'll just make sure I get the bowling changes right and the odd little strategic play. But just looks a little bit like he's away from the action, away from the decision-making process, which you need to be very much involved in as a skipper, particularly in those last few overs.
Yeah, and Rishabh Pant, let's talk about him, of course. Another run machine, just keeps getting them. He's got his fifth 50. But you feel it's a little unfair to say that a lot of his knocks have not been part of sort of winning causes, but it's just the team that, you can't have one guy holding up the team.
They're also big enough on another day with a lot more support to be winning knocks.
Yeah.
79 of 45, 69 of 29, 85 of 48. They're all big innings. At 128 of 63, how he did not get man of the match that day, I will never ever understand.
Yeah.
It was just something else, that innings. So you see, all those innings with a lot more support are capable of being match-winning innings.
Generally, when you see players with strike rates like we're seeing there, it's usually 1 in 3 or 4 innings that they come off. He's coming off, 9 out of 12 times. He's really got kind of, 18, 20s, you can make an impact with that kind of score in T20 cricket.
All of them are, I think his tournament strike rate is definitely way over 150. And I keep forgetting that term that Simon Dool says, which is the average plus the strike rate.
Yeah, easy way to remember. You know Harbhajan?
Yes.
Harbhajan's wife?
Geeta.
Geeta's surname?
Basra.
That's the word he used.
There you go. Could have got that quicker, but that's good. It's like, we only have 10 minutes.
Batting average, strike rate.
Yeah. So there you go. The Basra.
The Basra.
The batting average and strike rate aggregate.
Aggregate of batting average, strike
is, and his is easy over 200 because you're seeing his strike rate is definitely 150 plus. It's 180 almost. And his average as well is really high. So he's obviously a high impact player. Somehow you look at him and you go, poor fellow, is he just stuck in the wrong team? Right? But that happens when you see a lot of really big impact players in teams that are not winning. But the fact is that he is a great player. He's getting the runs and he hasn't had the support.
Michael wouldn't know anything about that because in the couple of Ashes that he led, England won. But there are a lot of people who've played for England for years in the Ashes, done well, but don't know what it is to beat Australia.
Yeah.
One thing
I don't know. You're sledging somebody who won. I don't get it. This is
so he won't know. He won't know what it is to beat.
Talking about Australians, one thing Ricky Ponting will be doing, he'll be kind of really analysing these next few games. They're not going to qualify for the knockouts, but he'll be able to analyse all these young players now and going, right, next year, Jason Roy, apart from a 90-odd here in Mumbai, he's really struggled.
True.
Leg spin, I always describe it has him on toast. Every time a leg spinner comes on, I shut my eyes because I just always feel he's going to get out. That ball today just kind of drifts in. It's a googly. Charlie's a good bowler, but you can kind of see it out their hand. I mean, Harsha's been saying to me off air, how are these batsmen not picking a lot of these different types of spinners? There's some like Mujeeb I get that they don't pick because his hands and fingers are everywhere. Yeah. But Chahal, it's quite an easy one.
Yeah.
When you break it down, all right, there's the pressure of the situation and your mind's thinking about scoring and striking, but You know, I'm looking at particularly someone like Jason Roy in this Delhi Devils team. I think you're going to lose your place because these young Indian players deserve to be at the top of the order as well.
Yeah, they deserve to be. Plus, you've got a guy like Colin Munro who is, like for like almost, because he's a hard inning opener as well. And Delhi's been with Jason Roy and Colin Munro a bit like KKR's been with Mitchell Johnson and Tom Curran, right? They pretty much just pick the name out of the hat.
Or sometimes neither of them makes the starting blocks. So neither of them gets picked.
That's what I'm saying. Some days they just don't find the
neither's
point.
got enough opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Munro had a couple of good games, and then I don't know if he's injured or what happened, and suddenly Jason Roy comes in, he had one good game, then he got left out. You're right, it's the same Tom Curran, Mitch Johnson affair.
All right, now it's up to RCB. Now remember, RCB really want this win. They want every win from now on, because if they win every game that they have, they can get to 14 points and at least hope and pray that there is some chance of qualifying, because they've done it once before, back in 2010, qualified at 14 points. Net run rate will come into play. But that can only happen if they win today. And that leads me to my next question, gentlemen. Can they win today? 182 against this Delhi Daredevils. Look at how Harsha's looking at you contemplating. Are you going to piggyback on his answer?
No, he's the expert. I'm relaxed here. Very relaxed here.
The expert too, Mr. B.
Yeah, with the two outstanding players, of course they can win.
Yeah.
I just worry about the mindset. I just don't know where their minds are in terms of winning games.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's been a difficult tournament because they've made some poor calls. They've not been strategically that good, inconsistent. They've been playing as individuals. Can they just pull it together? And whatever you've got, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers, one of those two could play an incredible innings. So of course they can win. Do I think they will win? You know, when you've got a young side like Delhi that'll be flying around the outfield, I've just got a sneaky suspicion that the Delhi team might get over the line.
Yeah? You said earlier you'd like to see Moeen Ali open.
Yeah, I would.
Just throwing like a wild card,
I just think he's a danger. You know, he's dangerous wherever he bats, but, you know, with those first 6 overs, the way that he can play seamers, spin, he times a cricket ball, you know, what have they got to lose?
Also, it may not be a bad idea. See, what that does is, the moment you have Moeen Ali opening the batting, I mean, it's the fact that it's two left-handers, but that shouldn't matter. Two right-handers open the batting as well. Then Kohli 3, AB 4, Mandeep 5, Colin de Grandhomme, Sarfraz. The batting just seems to flow a lot more. Now suppose something happens early. You lose Virat, AB. You're suddenly thinking, oops, this game's gone.
Yeah.
Whereas Moeen is almost like, he's a far better batsman than Sunil Narine. But he's down at 7. At 7 you get 10 balls. Approximately 10, 12 balls to play. You send him to open the batting. If he gets you 20 of 8, that's still all right. He's got
I would always open with someone like Virat Kohli anyway in T20 cricket. Yeah, I just think that you've got 120 balls. Why would you want to? You know, you've got AB de Villiers, Virat Kohli. You'd want one or if not both of them to face as many of those 120 balls. So do not wait till 3 or 4.
If you're talking about Virat Kohli opening today, wait till we get to the MI game tomorrow and we talk about Rohit Sharma.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Yeah. Come on a little earlier, Michael. This could take a while.
But
that's volume 3. We're into volume 3 of that.
I just think there's T20 cricket is because it can be a complex game if you want it to be. But I just look at who are your best players. You've got 120 balls. Let your best players try and face as many of those 120 balls.
I like it when he said if you want it to be. Yeah. It's a complex game if you want it to be.
Relationship, it's complicated. Right? No, it can be really simple. So, Harsha, your call? You think 182 RCB?
I mean, I'm sitting in that RCB dugout and I'm saying, look who's in my side.
Yeah.
And if that little whippersnapper, that little kid got 46 of 19, then I'm a whippersnapper. I'm Kohli, I'm AB.
Yeah.
I should be getting those too.
Yeah, I won an under-19 World Cup when you were all in single digits, right? That's what he'd say to those kids. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's all up to them now. Remember, they have to win. The Delhi Daredevils, though, out of the tournament, really nothing to lose. And you know what happens when a team's got nothing to lose? They pretty much give it all and end up punching above their weight. They've got 181 kilos behind them of weight today. So let's see whether they can do that or not. I can just tell you that Michael Vaughan's wish has come true. Moeen Ali is opening the batting.
There you go.
Finally. What do you know? You got it right. And now, of course, Michael's busy because he's going to go pick some lottery numbers for me. And we're going to come in about...
I bumped into Trent Woodall, the batting coach of RCB, weeks ago here when I was covering the IPL. And I said, you've got to get Moeen at the top of the order. He looked at me and said, you know, I think that's a good idea, and it's taken till now, so it's taken a few weeks. It took a few weeks to get Josh Butler at the top of the order for Rajasthan Royals.
So what we're going to do is you're going to pick my lottery numbers. I'm going to type out a few invoices for you, consulting invoices.
I now think the RCB team can win this game.
There you go.
He's changed.
Yeah, when you talk about Delhi, everybody's a politician, you know, you just switch sides. Real quick. Real quick. All right, guys, so we're going to see you in 90 minutes. 182 is what RCB has to get. We're going to show you the joy factor question once again. We shared it a long time ago. Let me quickly show it to you. Remember, there's a miniature red table signed by our guest, which is up for grabs on this. Mr. Bhogle, if you could.
What is significant in the world of cricket when a certain Adelaide-based, remember there's clues always in Joy's question, Adelaide-based lecturer named John legally changed his surname in 1972. Can I give you a little clue? He changed it back afterwards.
Oh, he did?
Hashtag Cricbuzz Live.
Well, he did what Michael Vaughan did, just sort of.
Just switch.
Yeah.
We're allowed to do that, aren't we? Once we see different strategic plays.
Of course you can. Even if you don't see them, you can change your mind. You have earned the right. You have earned the right to change your mind. All right, so send us your answers. Hashtag Cricbuzz Live. Also tell us why. We should give you a little miniature red table piece of my heart. Why do you want it? It's signed, of course, by everybody who's on the show. So it really is quite a souvenir, quite a keepsake, quite a trophy. Quite a thing to sell on eBay later. Oops, I've said too much. We'll see you in 90 minutes. Bye.